Hello, I'm Katja. Welcome to your class today. So today's session focuses on the hips, on the legs mainly. It's aimed for runners and cyclists, so all those tight areas that working really hard when you're running and cycling. But I also find as a runner myself that I get tight in the upper back and the shoulders from having the torso and the shoulders in the same position for a long time. So we're going to focus a little bit on this as well. This class is also super for anyone who gets tight legs, tight hips from sitting all day long. So not just for runners and cyclists, but if you feel your legs are tight, you want to stretch out, come and join me. So it's a short class. I'll have a blanket which we can use to pad our knees and also to support our head and neck. And you might also find 2 blocks and a belt useful. Now, if you don't have any of these, do not worry. Instead of a belt, you can use a scarf or a thin towel, anything that you can wrap around your foot if you need to for the stretches. Okay, and instead of the blocks, you could use a couple big books, for example, just to have support for your hands should you need to have a little bit of extra height. So let's begin. We're going to start by standing all the way up. You can place your blanket or your towel just a little bit off the center so that when we come down, we have support for our knees. So let's stand towards the front of your mat. You can have your feet hip distance apart underneath your hips, standing nice and tall. We start by just stretching out a little bit through the upper torso and the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath and reach your arms all the way up. Catching your left wrist, take a lovely big side reach up and over towards your right side. Stretching out the waist and the side of the ribs. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Switch hands, catch your right wrist, stretch all the way up and over. Breathe into that side. Inhale, come all the way up to the sky. Exhale, burst the arms open. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Stretch the arms down. You can squeeze your shoulder blades a little together. Let's open that chest. So if you're cycling, you're in that forward position. And even running, sometimes we end up slightly forward and the arms in the same position the whole time. So lift up the chest. You can press the arms gently away. Lengthen the tail down. So just being mindful not to arch into your lower back. From here, bending the knees and gently, gently fold your body forwards over your legs. You can give your legs a little rub, stretching them out. Inhale, place your hands onto your shins, lift halfway up, lengthening the spine into a tabletop. Exhale, release and let the head hang. Let the spine hang. Bend your knees as much as you need them to bend so it's comfortable. Roll yourself slowly up to standing. We repeat, inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up again. One more time, catch your left wrist, stretch up and over. Lengthening out through the side of the body. Inhale to the center, switch. Holding your right wrist, stretch all the way up and over. Inhale, lift up, burst the arms out wide. Interlace your fingers. You can change the interlace, the other finger on top, reaching the arms down and press the arms away. Open the chest, stretch it out. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold forwards over your legs. Releasing the head, relax the shoulders. Inhale, come halfway up, hands pressing against your shins. Lengthen the hips back, lengthening the head forwards. Exhale, releasing down. Stretch out, maybe holding onto your legs and very, very gently hug yourself in. Inhale. Exhale, roll yourself all the way up to standing. Our last round. Inhale, stretch up again. Catch your left wrist, stretch up and over. This time, reaching with your left arm forwards onto a diagonal. Press your left shoulder blade back into the diagonal. So you're stretching the muscles around your shoulder blade. Inhale, lift yourself up to the center. Switching, holding the other wrist, stretch all the way up and over to the side. And then lengthening the right arm forwards onto the diagonal, pressing with your right shoulder blade gently back into the diagonal. Lift yourself all the way up. Burst the arms open again. Interlace your fingers one more time. Stretch the arms down. If it comes easy for you to bring your palms together, you can bring them together. Reach up, lift up the chest, look up, inhale. This time, keep the hands interlaced as you stretch forwards. We'll give our shoulders a little bit more stretch. Making sure your neck is easy, ever so slightly tuck your chin into the chest. Pressing the arms up to the sky and possibly forwards. Breathing here. Releasing the arms, hands onto your shins. Inhale, lengthening the spine, look out forwards. This time, exhale, plant your hands down towards the mat and take a big step with your left leg all the way back. Good. Just checking that your knee is over your heel. Now, here is where you could use your blocks. If you find the floor is a little bit too far away, you can pick up your blocks or your books, anything that you have, to raise your hands and just having a little bit more height if you need to. Inhale here, extending back through your back heel. Exhale, feeling your front shin moving forwards. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly place your knee down, so hopefully it will arrive on the support that you have placed down earlier. Now from here, we can draw our hips back. So here you can use your blocks and bring them with you. Straightening as best as you can your front leg and sinking your hips forwards. And we're rocking back. Lift up your toes. And rocking forwards, sinking into the hips. We have one more. This time, let's stay for a moment in our runner's lunge. Lengthening. And then allow the chest, the head to bow down. Breathe in here. Finding that beautiful, beautiful length through the back of the legs, stretching your hamstrings, the back of the knee, your calf muscles. Slowly lift yourself up, bending your front knee, have the weight right in the center between the two legs. We're going to rise up, reach the arms all the way up, stretch up high, inhale. And exhale, let's bring our hands onto our front thigh. Good. Now feel that you're lengthening your tailbone down. Your belly is engaged. You're lifting the front of your lift up. From here, ever so gently lean forwards into that front leg. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in here. And breathe out. One more inhale. So we're opening the front of the hips. Stretching out those hip flexors that work really hard. Good. From here, let's shifting the blocks off the mat if we have used them. Place your hands down and then step your right foot all the way back. Planting your hands under your shoulders, tuck the toes under and come into a downward facing dog. So depending how the legs are feeling, feel free to keep your knees a little bent, to walk on the spot. We're stretching out. Really getting in there. And as always, we try not to hold our breath, so always keep breathing. So the muscles get a good cue to relax and to lengthen, to let go. Now placing your knees back down, stepping your left foot forwards. If your leg gets stuck, use your hand and help your foot forwards. So again, maybe using your blocks, your books, your support. We're going to tuck the back toes under and lift the back leg up. Extending into that beautiful lunge. Pressing back through your back heel. Front shin moves forwards. The hips want to go down, but we're fighting against gravity. We're using our legs to hold us up. One more deep breath in here. Exhale, bring your back knee all the way down. From here, start to rock the hips back. Flexing your foot, lifting the toes up, getting into those calves and hamstrings, and coming forwards, leaning into the hips. 3 times, going back, and coming forwards. And this time we'll stay back, lift up the toes, bring the little toe side up towards you as well. And then either hand staying on the blocks, or if you can easily reach the mat, you can place your hands onto the mat. Allow the upper back to round and stretch over that leg. Breathing in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bending your left leg. Good. Rising up. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Reach up to the sky. Float the arms all the way down. Place your hands onto your front thigh. Now tailbone again is lengthening down. We're lifting the front of the right hip up so we can really access into the hip flexor here. Belly is engaged. And then just lean gently forwards, but keep that lifting through your right hip. We're going to place the hands and even moving the flesh of our thigh a little forwards. Breathe in here. So this is a wonderful stretch also for people if you're sitting a lot and you're in flexion all day long. This is a great stretch to stretch out those front of the hips. Good. We bring our hands all the way back down to the mat and we take our leg all the way back. Now from here, we're just going to make a little adjustment to our blanket. Bring your blanket a little bit more forwards now. Then come back onto your hands and knees. I'm going to move this block just over to the other side now. Tuck the toes under and lift your hips one more time all the way up and back. Stretch it out. From here, inhale, come into your plank pose. Bring your knees down. And lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. So now, hopefully, your blanket is under your pelvis and underneath your tummy. From here, we're going to prop ourselves up onto our forearms, onto our elbows. Let's lift up the chest and counterbalance that slight forward flexion, particular cycling. And even when we're running, we sometimes end up a little bit stooped forward. So shoulders drawing down. Dig the elbows down, lift up the chest. One more deep breath in here. Now lower yourself all the way down. Stretch your arms long beside your body. Turn your palms facing down to the ground. From here, we're going to lift up our chest. Little bit of strengthening work as well. So we have strong backs, lifting up the legs, lifting up the chest. Reach with the crown of the head forwards. Shoulders reaching back and down. Hold it, breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Place your hands underneath your shoulders near the chest. Push yourself all the way up. Sit back to your heels. Open your knees a little wider, toes touching. We have a beautiful long stretch all the way into child's pose. Inhale here. And exhale. Good. From here, slowly come up again. So let's position our blanket just a little back so we'll have that support for our knees. Place your knees onto the blanket. Step your right foot around your right hand this time. Turning your toes about 30 degrees out to the side. Good, this is lizard pose. Now we're really allowing the hips to sink forwards and down. Again, just check the alignment. Your knee is positioned above your heel and is not shooting beyond your toes. Again, we inhale here, exhale. Again, maybe using your blocks or your books to lift the floor a little higher if you need a little bit more support. Good. Now from here, we're going to press the right hand very lightly against the right thigh and just allow that knee to open, to get into our hip a little bit more. Good. From here, stretch your right arm back. You can stay here or you can catch your back foot. Here is where you can use your belt and loop your belt or your scarf around your foot if your foot is too far away from you. You're stretching out your quadriceps now, the front of your thigh. One more inhale. And exhale. Lovely big stretch for the thighs. Release your foot down. Sweep your arm all the way forwards. And we switch sides. Right leg back. Place it onto your support. Step your left foot forwards. Around your left hand. Toes pointing slightly out to the side. Here, allow the hips to sink forwards. So try and find a sense of ease within perhaps the challenging position. Using your breath. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good. Place your left hand against your left thigh and just encourage your left knee to gently open out to the left side. Then we stretch our left arm all the way back, the direction of our back foot. You can always stay here, or you can bend your back knee, catch your foot, maybe using your belt or your scarf to help with that, and draw the foot in towards you, stretching out the quadriceps. Breathe in, breathe out. One more inhale, exhale. Carefully, carefully release your foot. Bring your arm all the way around. And we take our left leg all the way back. Good. One more time, sit back into the heels. And stretch out one more time forwards into your child's pose. Inhale here. And exhale. Good, lovely. Roll yourself slowly all the way up to sitting. We're going to come down to lying onto our backs now. We can move our blanket higher up so our head can rest on it, so neck can be comfortable. So lie yourself down. Using your belt or your scarf or anything else that you can wrap around your foot. A band is also good. We're going to place it around the ball of our right foot. And we're stretching our right leg all the way up towards the sky. Making sure that your hips are level. Making sure that your sacrum, that big triangle bone at the base of your spine, is on the mat. You don't want to lift your bottom up, keeping your bottom down. Now your bottom leg can either be bent if your legs feels a little bit tighter, or if you're ready to straighten it out, you can stretch your leg out. Reach up through the heel and try and bring the ball of the foot and the toes of your right foot towards you. One more inhale here. Exhale. Now taking the belt into your right hand, you can reach the hand up as high as you can, close to your foot. We open our leg out to the right side. Keep your left side grounded. So only take your leg as far as you're not rolling off to the side. So we're stretching now our inner thighs, our adductors. Breathe in here. Reaching out through the heel. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your legs slowly back to the center. Switch your hands. Holding your belt with your left hand now. Taking your right arm out to the side. And taking your leg across the body, about 30 degrees, so not very far. Now we're stretching more into the outer leg muscles, into your IT band as well. Remember to breathe. One more inhale here. Exhale. Then we're going to slide the hand down, bending your knee. You can take the belt off and just put it for a moment to the side. Hold your bent knee with the opposite hand and cross your leg over towards your left side. Reaching your right arm out to the side. From here we make a lovely big circle with our right arm. Inhale, reach the right arm across the body over your head. Exhale, circle the arm down. Loosening up those shoulders, mobilizing the upper back. One more inhale. And exhale. Bring your legs slowly all the way back. Hug your knee into the chest. And stretch your leg all the way down. Good. Perhaps just take a moment to tune in and feel the two sides. Feel your right side that had a little bit more stretch already. And feel the left side. Good. So let's catch up with our left leg. So find your belt, your scarf again. Left foot into the belt. Stretch your left leg up. Hips are nice and level. Your left waist is long. Your pelvis is heavy. Your bottom leg is either bent or straight. Breathing in here. Try and still keep the shoulders drawn down. One more deep breath in. One more exhale. Holding the belt now in your left hand, reach as high as you comfortably can, and then opening your leg out to the left side. You can take your right arm to the side, or you can place it on your right hip to make sure the right hip doesn't roll off. Keep drawing the left leg up towards the top corner of the mat. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more inhale. And exhale. Bringing your leg all the way back to the center. Switch your hands, holding it with your right hand. Crossing your leg about 30 degrees over to the opposite side now. Checking your foot so you're not sickling your foot. One more breath in here. And breath out. Good. We're bending our leg. We can put our belt away, put it out to the side. And then holding your bent left leg with the opposite hand, cross your leg gently over. Releasing the leg. Now the left arm is doing a lovely big circle. Circle the left arm. Reach it over your head. Open the chest, circle it around. Inhale, reaching it. Exhale, sweep. One more reach. And sweep it around. Bring your leg all the way back. Hug your knee and tie towards your chest. And stretch your leg all the way down. Adjust if you feel you're not straight. Adjust your hips so you feel nice and centered again. Good. Now we have just a couple more stretches for our hips. Crossing your right ankle over your left leg. Flex your right foot. And then we're threading our right arm through the gap of our legs, holding either to your left thigh, or if you can easily reach to your shin, you can hold onto the shin. Drawing the left leg towards the left side chest. Finding that really lovely, lovely stretch in the right outer hip. One more deep breath in here. Exhale. And as always, if you feel you want to stay a little longer in a position, you can always pause and stay a little longer as long as you need to, if you have the time. Place your left foot slowly all the way down. Cross your right leg all the way over. And then bring the knees to the chest. Reach with your arms forwards, finding the opposite shins. And then hug the knees in towards you. Gently pull the feet out to the side. And if you can, rest your head back down. Make sure the chin is slightly tucked in so you're not letting your head rock all the way back. One more deep breath in here. And then exhale, releasing your feet all the way down. Second side, crossing your left ankle over your right thigh. I like flexing my foot to help protect my knee with the alignment. We're going to thread the left arm through the legs, holding your thigh, maybe holding your shin. Inhaling here. Exhale, stretching your outer hip. One more inhale. And exhale. Good, release, right foot down to the mat. Cross your left leg all the way over. Pick up your legs. Reach perhaps forwards, lift the head for a moment. Try and reach to the shins, wherever you can hold on to. Try not to pull on your feet so you don't overstretch your outer ankles. From here, feet out to the sides, hug the knees in. And breathe here. One more inhale. Exhale. And then releasing your legs. Placing your feet as wide as the mat. Open your arms out to the side. And then really easy, drop your knees over to the right. Feel that stretch from the left knee all the way through to the left side, out to the arm. Bring your knees back up. And drop your knees over to the other side. So making sure there are no blocks or books in your way. Bringing your knees all the way back up. Take the knees to the right side again. Roll onto your side. Bring yourself up to sitting for a moment. Now we're going to do a really lovely brief relaxation at the end. For this, we're going to roll up our blanket or your towel, what you're using, into a nice tight roll. Good. So my roll is quite small. It can be bigger as well. It can be really nice if it's bigger. You're going to place it just onto your mat, more or less where it was. And then we'll position it right underneath our shoulder blades. So you're going to lie yourself slowly down. Now, depending how big your roll is, you might find it's more comfortable to have maybe another cushion or blanket under your head. So make sure your neck is happy. You can either have the soles of the feet together with the knees to the side, or if you prefer, stretch your legs out. Arms are out to the side. So it's really lovely to have this roll digging into our middle back, and it really creates a lovely space for our ribs to open. So with the running and the cycling, we're really working hard our lungs, so it's nice to give them some space and stretch it out. So you're just taking a nice deep breath in here. And sigh out through the mouth. Let go. Inhale. Exhale. Try and relax best as you can. One more inhale. And exhale. So you can stay here for as long as you have time and it feels good for you. If you're at your time limit, bring your knees slowly up. Roll yourself onto your right side. Use your hands to push yourself all the way up. And just come into a comfortable seat, any seat with your spine nice and tall. Just feel your body. Good. So yoga and also Pilates are really brilliant to complement your running and cycling. So practice this sequence either maybe after your run if you have time, or in between your training sessions. You will see it will really benefit your running and cycling and also prevent any injuries. Thank you very much for practicing with me today.